Yo guys, welcome to the last lap. Don't forget to drop a lovely, juicy 5-star rating if you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Hope you enjoy, and let's get into it. This is equal machinery, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we are all allocated, each a driver that we believe or we have to argue would win in equal machinery in their prime. So all of us will get allocated a driver, and we have to then argue in the space of a minute.
You don't get to choose your driver.
You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose.
So you might be having to play devil's advocate to your actual beliefs and feelings.
Have you had anybody throw their driver under the bridge?
We've had some varying degrees of impressive and concerning performances.
Tom ran out of time.
Yeah, that's happened before.
That was good.
I'm not very good at politicking, and that's what it is. This is team principle. And the driver's offered to give you a bag to get him in that seat, and you're trying to tell the team owners like, all right, yeah, come on, we got to get.
He's this guy.
Well, we talked about testing, and obviously it will be the first time we see these cars on track, but also it'll be first time we see a bunch of drivers. So in this head-to-head, we're going to be comparing the rookies. So I have been assigned Nick DeVries. Niran has been assigned Oscar Piastri.
My brother.
Logan, baby. Yeah. Logan Sargent for you, Blake.
Okay.
So we all have to, we've got a minute each. I'm just going to get my timer up to argue
I've
why.
actually got some notes on this guy.
Yes.
Yeah, you literally, what, you've actually got notes?
Hell yeah. But I'm not just going to...
As he pulled this, you've predicted that you were going to need notes about Logan Sargent.
I've already done some discussing about Logan Sargent and other...
I suppose, fresh in the mind, isn't it?
This is the first time anyone's come to this segment with actual research.
Well, you can't disappoint now, man.
No, I can't...
Matt didn't even know who Oscar Piastri was, really. Do you know what I mean? So...
Well, I will start this time because I haven't started for a while. As to why I think Nick DeVries is currently a stronger package than Piastri and Sargent. Well, first of all, he's the one who's actually experienced F1 machinery, has got into the points in that Williams jumped in. Formula E champion, right on the chuff of Alex Albon when it was back in Formula 2 as well. He was very close. If things had panned out slightly differently, he'd have been an established F1 driver by now, no doubt in my mind whatsoever. He's also very short, which helps from a weight kind of, center of gravity. You can ballast the car all you like, but center of gravity is important.
Wouldn't have that, Nick.
Look, I'm sorry. Nick DeVries has done it. He's proven it. Okay, he's been out here. He's done bits. Nick DeVries. 40 seconds. Wow, 20 seconds left. He is. Seems like a really nice bloke.
Debt free.
Him
not getting sued anymore.
Yuki Tsunoda, he's up against a teammate who's growing and developing, and he's going to be in an AlphaTauri. It's going to be a much better package than it was last year. No, but I mean, look, listen, they're doing bits. They're fine. That's a minute.
You're selling me. I'm buying most of those points.
The height thing took me out a little.
Yeah, exactly. How dare you?
He's a small man.
Okay, lower center of gravity. Because they adjust the car weight to account for the driver, correct?
Total mass of the car.
Yeah.
Because you have a minimum weight.
But center of gravity of that mass is surely a factor, right?
Yeah, but I think in terms of the absolute value, in terms of the driver, will be on the lower end of sensitivity, like not first order. But
compared to Esteban Ocon's head's right up here, George Russell's head's right up here, compared to the shorter drivers. There's a reason
you're probably a couple of millimeters in terms of vertical COG height. I could buy that, but will that? I think, for example, the driver skill and talent alone will far outweigh any.
You said you can buy it, so I'm taking that.
Also, Tsunoda's smaller, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, exactly. Center of gravity height.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure DeVries is shorter than Logan and Oscar.
Oh yeah,
and this is
equal machinery. All right,
okay. Equal machinery. Lower center of gravity than both of them.
Okay. But you did mention machinery specific attributes.
What do you mean?
You talked about the AlphaTauri car.
True.
Equal machinery.
You meant to ignore that. Okay. Are you ready, Niran?
Not particularly, to be honest with you.
I believe in you.
Argue the merits of Oscar Piastri.
Right, let's have it.
This has got to be the easiest sell, honestly.
Yeah,
I think it is. Go on.
Go.
Ridiculous junior career. All right, that's all I need to say. Bam, done. It's a wrap.
I'll take it.
There's barely anyone that could have competed with this guy throughout the entirety of his junior career. One in F4, one in F3, one in F2 as a rookie, I believe. In a Prema car, which, yes, sure, you know, the Prema is a decent car, but not everyone jumps in that. Mick Schumacher jumped in that and didn't win a championship, didn't even come close in his first season in F2. Oscar Piastri wins literally everything that he's in. Quite literally, two teams had a war against each other for his signature, yeah? McLaren and Alpine were both going after him. Alpine thought they'd locked him down. McLaren swooped out of nowhere, grabbed him from under that. I'm telling you now, Oscar Piastri and Lando is one of the most exciting driver partnerships in Formula One as we speak, yeah? This guy, I don't even need to really finish the time because just the fact that he's just won every junior championship that he's been in is pretty much enough as a rookie. What more can you do?
I think that's super tough to argue with, honestly. That has been super impressive seeing the one and done, you know, straight in ace.
That is crazy.
Ace.
It's like a Stoffel Van Dorn, isn't it?
But then, like,
He's set such a high bar now. That's the thing. He's set a really high bar.
no, exactly. And when's the last time
Expectation.
when's the last time we saw a one and done? Was it Russell and Leclerc were one and dones? GP3, GP2 back to backs.
I think so.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
Lando didn't, but he was up in the mix with.
He was in the same championship.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I think that's not. I don't think there's too many questions that Lando is excellent in a faster car. He will be banging wheels with the rest of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm genuinely gassed to see Piastri this year.
So am I,
because
man.
I just don't. Yeah, with that year out, it's very difficult. Like it feels like
Exactly.
What's that gonna?
Whereas Nick had so many opportunities to drive a car and a Grand Prix weekend.
Yeah. But anyway, we're getting carried away. So Logan Sargent.
So
Blake, go.
Yeah.
You got a minute.
So my brother from America, Logan Sargent, and I have to be honest, I didn't know much about his career because I do not follow F3 and F2 very closely. I get consumed by all the Formula One data. But going back, I was looking at his career and I was like, I'm not that enthused right now. But then I looked back. In 2020, he finished third and just 4 points behind Piastri, who we are rating and touting as a top talent. I think Piastri has earned that spot. But Sargent, not too bad. Now, the lower formulas can be a complete crapshoot depending on the engines. There's a lot there, and you don't ever have the best driver. Best driver in a shit car will not win. It's done. So there's a lot of variables. Maybe he didn't get the best deck dealt, but
his notes have gone. And he's got 15 seconds.
Right, 2021 F3 was not great, and then F2 last year was not good. It
not good?
No, it wasn't. Last year F2 was not good.
I thought it was all right.
Rookie of the year. You're meant to be arguing his merits.
No, I'm too realistic. I can't lie to anybody. But
meant to be delusional.
No, but I think
is delusion.
I think he could do very well. It's going to be very interesting seeing him up against Alex Albon, who I think, if anybody doesn't rate him, I don't get it, because I think Alex is a super strong driver. So
he said it, not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommo paid me to say that. No, I think Alex is solid. So
payment.
So if there is, I think he will have to learn very quickly.
So who's
point about by the way, just the closeness to Piastri.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
He was leading that championship before the final race.
Logan
Logan was ahead of Piastri.
Yeah. No,
it's Magellan.
What team was he at? I know because he was at a shitter, but a second he was at. I think he was like
it went Shrews. Yeah, I think he was Prema
terrible.
that first year. I could be wrong.
Oh, so
2020 was Prema.
Oh, so him and Piastri were teammates.
Yeah.
So he showed in the best car.
He was up there with Porsche.
So it was Porsche was 3 points behind.
Yeah.
Sargent was 4.
It went down to the finale, and I think Logan got punted into the second corner or something.
But to be fair, last year in F2, Drugovich dominated the whole thing. Then Porsche, Lawson, and Sargent were all within.
There's
6
so
points
much
of each other.
nuance to these results. This is the thing.
And it's F2 results are not fair. You have to have a great season, you have to have no reliability issues, and you have to be in the team that is good.
I'm fucking at the amount of times Porsche broke down last year as well. Like, it should have actually been a title fight. But I think Logan, to be honest,
I think he's got a shot. I think he's got a serious shot. But
the nuance to these results is what you got to look through when you're looking at these drivers.
Yeah, exactly. And if I look at those results, I look back at DeVries in the past, and yes, he's got the FE championships, but his early Formula years, I can't tell that much. Whereas you see Piastri, you know, three aces in a row, first year in each series, and you're like, oh, this is
because we're saying in their prime, and their prime is I think you've got to say all three are probably like they're within their as prime as they can get right now.
They're the best that they have been.
Yeah, because they're youngsters, right?
Yeah.
Especially Logan and Oscar. So like right now, because obviously DeVries does have a lot more experience. He's raced in other categories. I think there's a lot of value in that makes you a more well-rounded driver.
Of course, yeah.
Generally, he's had much more experience in F1 machinery than these two as well in terms of testing over the years. He's been part of Mercedes for a while now. I would say, honestly, I think right now, the strongest of the three, if you chuck them in an F1 car in equal machinery in a race, would be DeVries because of the experience.
Right now.
Yeah. I think the potential for the other two is higher, especially Oscar.
Yeah.
But he's not driven in anger yet.
Yeah. I think that's the first. So right now, if you take Willem, throw him into a Grand Prix weekend, the same machinery, I think DeVries will knock it out. 6 races time, whereas Logan, I think Piastri's going to probably, I expect that he'll surpass that based on his previous recent results.
Yeah.
And compared to the people he's gone up against, who I think we all think that we rate.
It's
not even so much like a pace issue. Like I think Piastri and Sargent's pace were, but I just Lando's talked about this. I know that his very first race in Australia, he was like a bag of nerves because it's like you're not just driving for yourself. You've got to be aware of everyone else who's around. Yeah. Like that's the racing side of it. It's not just hot lapping anymore. It's actually racing wheel to wheel with people, and that's going to take time.
For a year
take time.
Well, maybe just tiny little bit of that's like not there. So.
I would say right now, I'd say DeVries out of them three.
That's because that's who you dealt yourself, as DeVries.
And I'll convince myself,
Yeah, you actually managed to convince yourself there. I am gonna stick with that sort of line of reasoning in the sense of the person that I spoke about is the person that I believe. I'm a romantic, yeah. If I think you've got the max amount of raw talent, for me, that's all that matters. We don't care about the rest of it. So I'm going with Oscar.
Fair.
For me.
Fair.
What about you, Blake? Are you sticking with the boy?
Because Oscar's junior career. This is Leclerc, Russell level.
Yeah, I'm romantic fully. Like you about that. And yes, we do acknowledge it has to be the perfect storm. Right team, right car, minimal reliability issues and everything else.
Experience as well is a massive thing.
Yeah, I think Piastri's probably the most exciting long-term prospect of the three.
Which makes it all the more tragic that Alpine managed to fumble the
my God.
It's unforgivable.
But like this, that could be the difference the next season in the Constructors' Championship for that team.
Imagine like 5 years from now. Just imagine like a timeline where Piastri does deliver on all this potential and helps turn McLaren into this title-winning team.
Yeah,
and Alpine, you just think like this could honestly. Like
Alpine, please.
It could look so bad.
There was someone before Ocon, I guess. Technically, actually, no, he was kind of fumbled by Mercedes, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was.
Someone before Zhou.